Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the HBAR holders. Thank you so much for all the love that you guys show on a regular day-to-day basis. Let's take a closer look and see what's happening with the price of HBAR as we are going into Sunday morning. So looking across the board, you're seeing altcoins feeling a lot of love today, even though it's the weekend. As we know, CME futures are closed, but you're seeing the market rebounding, which again is to be expected, especially after Bitcoin retesting $80,000. We were due to see some sort of a bounce, and we have seen that happening. But as far as the wave is concerned, I've highlighted this to you guys on the channel before. The wave is complete as well. Wouldn't be surprised if things were to turn around, but we still need to be looking for confirmation. I would suggest you guys to watch my market analysis update that obviously went live. But HBAR price up about 5.9% over the last 24 hours. Let's not forget, over the last 1 week and over the last 1 month, you're still seeing substantial pullbacks for majority of the altcoins. But again, baby steps, as we know. The price of HBAR 13.5 cents, up 2.6% on the Bitcoin side of things. Market cap $5.73 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume $152.4 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. I apologize if I said that twice, but very, very important to keep in mind. You can see for yourself, the dominance as far as that is concerned. We came down to 58.59% just 2 days back. Since then, dominance has been in this upwards trajectory. Bitcoin, on the other hand, let's give it a refresh live. You could see for yourself exactly where we're having a little bit of a hard time breaking out of, and that is none other than that $86,000 price point, which again, at this point, you guys should be well aware of why that level is so important, because of course that was a support at one point that's playing as a resistance for us, as you could see for yourself. But breaking above here and closing above this key range, I think could really take the price of Bitcoin back up to the likes of $88,000. And things could start looking great. But again, we're still in a weekend. You could still see market makers stepping in and doing the complete opposite, meaning if over long start piling up, people started getting overly bullish on the markets, you could see the complete opposite playing out. So that's why right now, as discussed in my market analysis update, I'm looking for a confirmation at $100,000. But until then, step by step, of course, because that itself is still a far move from where we currently are. As far as Bitcoin price is concerned, though, we have seen a bounce of about 8% over the last 24 hours alone. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening with HBAR. I want you guys to look very, very closely. And what I mean by that is a level we've talked about, time and time out again. And I pointed out to you guys over the last few updates to, keep in mind about these wicks that we have seen back in April of this year, as well as the one in June. The reason why I brought this up to you guys is because, we retested this. It was a double bottom, and then we saw, HBAR price going up the way it did just in the month of July, where we retested the 0.50 fib zone. But guess what happened with HBAR? So HBAR did indeed end up retesting none other than the exact level that we've been speaking about. You could see for yourself, we retested right at the neckline. We actually came down a little bit, but I would say, a triple bottom, as you could see for yourself. And since then, the price bounced. So what's quite interesting here is the fact that the price didn't even retest the neckline of the 78.6 fib zone, which again is 12.13%. We came very close, but didn't end up retesting it right exactly at that support line, which in my opinion is not bad. So again, if anyone was able to get in around this key range, or even at the 12.5 cents price point, let's say you had some buy orders placed in around here, you've seen HBAR bounce 10% since then. So are we about to see HBAR making a move like what it has seen in the past? From April lows, we did see a bounce of about, you could see for yourself, around 84% before we pretty much round tripped back down to this level. And then we saw that a nice exciting move for HBAR, as we can see for ourselves, where we did retest the 0.50 fib zone pretty much for the first time since the beginning of the year. So is that really going to happen once again? Obviously, if this resistance exactly where we are around 13.5 cents is able to break out, with Bitcoin momentum, keeping that in mind, you cannot neglect Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is what you want to be paying attention to. Bitcoin needs to start to make its way towards the upside, start retesting some of these levels that we have not seen. In my opinion, if you were to ask me a significant significant level to be keeping an eye out on. If it's not the 100K, it's around $93,000, because you could see for yourself, we saw the double a retest at that, and Bitcoin showed significant amount of weakness around that key range. Breaking above there would be a nice thing, and would give me more confirmation that 100,000 could start being reclaimed. But again, that itself is not a small move. That's a significant move, about 17% from where we currently are. But breaking out of this key resistance for HBAR could take it back up to the 15.5 cents, in my opinion. That is a major level to be looking out for right now. And that's a move of about 14.5%. So again, that is what I would be looking for if this resistance is able to break out. And of course, BTC remains within that key range and starts, heading back up to some of these key levels. I've already highlighted in my market analysis update this, overall wave is completed. I wouldn't be surprised now if the market were to turn around. It's not going to happen overnight. You still might see choppiness, meaning it's not just going to be one straight line towards the top. No, there might be still, moves towards the upside. You see a gradual, decrease and then move back towards the upside. It's going to happen like that. It's not just going to be straight in one line. That's not how it's going to go. But still, we still need to be looking for confirmation. That's something I want you guys to kind of keep in mind. Let's not forget it's still a weekend. And let me know in the comments what you guys personally think, though. And make sure your bell icon is on so you're notified every time we upload. Thank you so much for all your support. We'll see you later when Crypto ZX, and peace.